Right then, so it is about, well it's not about, it is, it's about 10 to 6 on a Monday morning, and Jordan's truck is missing, so he's actually got out of his bed pretty early this morning, fair play to him. He's got himself a new bird, and she must be a good influence on him, because he's never been getting up early in the morning, so fair play to him. Me, on the other hand, I was in here about half five, and I should be ready to go. I've got a couple of things to put away in the lorry, and then I'm ready to leave and hit the road, because we are heading up to Finhaven to load potatoes again for Boston in Peterborough. So that's what we're doing today. Scania is ready to go. I didn't get a chance to get it washed, and that light over there is rather annoying. So yeah, pretty good weekend. Nice to have a weekend off, and for once, and we are basically ready to hit the road for a Monday. Oh dear, somebody's phoning me. Oh no, it's not, it's my alarm, in case I slept in. See, I'm not a good riser either. So, Scania, if you see me this week, no you didn't. I've got one mirror, different colour to the other. I didn't have a time to change them both. So yeah, I've got one mirror white, one mirror black. So if you see me this week, no you didn't. Anyway, let's get in this cab. I've got a couple of things to tidy up in here, and then we're ready to hit the road. We have on our back a full load of potatoes to head down to Boston at Peterborough. So, why does that keep turning itself off? And so, we have got to head to Peterborough in Boston. So, at the minute, we currently have probably 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Now, as you all are probably aware of what's going on in the Middle East just now, is causing chaos on fuel prices. So I'm going to tell you just how much it costs me extra this week just to do this load. We are at 901,000. I don't even know what number that is. Anyway, we've got 351 miles to do. So 351 miles to cover. Let's see what fuel economy we get going down the road. We'll compare that to last week's fuel price and this week's fuel price, and we'll see just how much extra this is costing me to head down the road with this load. We've also got to come back up yet as well. So I'm currently just trying to get out of this junction. We've managed to make it out of the junction, and I tell you one thing, it is a windy day. So yeah, this isn't going to help with fuel economy, because obviously if you're driving into the wind, you've got a headwind. It's giving you resistance to drive against, and it is very, very noisy in here. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there's quite a lot of wind noise. So that's obviously going to affect fuel economy as well. And I know before everybody in the comments goes, oh, you bought a V8, you're not going to get fuel economy out of that. I know, but you can make it as good as it can be, I suppose. You know, compare this to something else, yes, it's not going to be as good on fuel, but I am one happy man driving my V8, so at the minute I don't care. If it costs an extra couple of quid in diesel, it costs an extra couple of quid in diesel. It's all the same thing at the end of the day. Well, it's all mine at the end of the day, so if I spend more in diesel but don't pay myself as much money, it doesn't matter. Anyway, enough of that. So we have got 349 mile left now, and we'll chap on down the road. We'll see just how much. I'm probably going to have to fill up with diesel at some point, although no, I should make it to the site. I don't really want to park on the A17, like Sleaford area, because apparently it's rife for fuel theft around there. So, and especially probably this week with the way the fuel prices have gone, there's no point in parking somewhere you're going to get your diesel stolen. So unless I make it to the I'm gonna make it to the site that I'm getting tipped at in the morning. So unless I make it, if I don't make it there for whatever reason, I don't think I'll be filling up. If I do fill up, it'll be with my... Right then, so I've just stopped at Weatherby for a shower. I've completed my shower now, and we have still got just over half a tank of diesel. Sorry, just under half a tank of diesel. So we're doing okay. I was gonna get fuel here, but I don't think we need to. We've managed to average 7.23 mile per gallon coming down the way, so I'll take that. That's pretty good. Good going, for especially for the old V8 anyway. So yeah, we'll keep on chatting down at Boston now. We'll get parked up for the night. We'll get the curtains opened, straps off, all that good stuff, ready for the morning. We'll probably get diesel on the way back on the road tomorrow. We have made it down to Peterborough at Boston. Peterborough at Boston? Boston at Peterborough? Boston. Lincoln. I think it's Lincolnshire more than Peterborough. Anyway. We've got the big scandal has arrived. Faultless as usual. Open the curtains, take the straps off. Got it ready for tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning all we need to do now is just put onto the weighbridge, get weighed in, get these boxes taken off, get empty boxes from over there put back on, restrap it, head up the road. Tomorrow, I'm actually off on Friday, so tomorrow's my last day. Otherwise, I'm actually slightly impressed myself, actually. I mean, I wasn't rushing down here because I knew I wasn't going to make it in time to get tipped tonight, so there's no point in flying down like a madman and using all that diesel to get down here. So I literally just took my time, yeah, knocked it back a couple of clicks, yada yada yada, and let's have a look, see. Maintenance has passed, it hasn't passed. We're at 7.21 miles to the gallon, so I'll take that. That's actually, I'm going to be honest, that's my weekly average, but it was at 7.4 I think, less. It's dropped down 0.2 of a mile to the gallon coming down here loaded. So the last trip I've done was from here back up the way empty, well not empty, with empty boxes on, so there's only about 4 tonne of weight. So to be fair, at the minute I'll take that. So 7.21 kilometres, sorry, 7.21 miles per gallon is pretty good. Is when we get up the road tomorrow, we'll do a total kilometres, we'll work out what fuel we've used, like miles per gallon, we'll convert it all and work out what the difference between last week's fuel price was and this week's fuel price, and see the increase in how much extra it's cost me as an operator this week to run this lorry as opposed to last week. And this is all because obviously the war in the Middle East. So yeah, it's I can't imagine it's made we're not talking thousands of pounds, we're talking hundreds, but hundreds over the week adds up. But we'll work that out once we've got these boxes tipped tomorrow. So currently right now I'm going to get my dinner, I'm going to get my bed, and I will see you guys in the morning. So it's the following morning, we are currently getting tipped. That wasn't a very good angle, was it? Because the forklift man's not even there. This side has been emptied, and this side is still to be done. I'm not allowed to get out of the cab, so I'm just here. So once we're emptied with the potatoes, we should reload some of these empty boxes. We need to decide which ones we're taking. If we can get a full 42 for one farm would be perfect, so we just got to drop them off at one farm. If we can't, then we either get a mixed load, take them up to Airdrie, drop them off, then put a full load of something else on for a specific farm, or if we can get a full 42, perfect, we'll just head up there. We need to obviously strap them on and then we'll shop them up the road. Pretty easy shift. We've still got, I can't tell you how much diesel I've got, he's got my keys. Trying to remember, I think we've got like between half and a quarter of a tank, so still got a bit of diesel. We'll probably actually get me up to Weatherby, so we'll maybe get up to Weatherby, get diesel, and then just see exactly how expensive this trip's been. Right then, we are empty, and we are on the weighbridge ready to get weighed out before we get our new boxes put on, so they get an accurate weight of what we bought in. Next step, empties, but somebody else has just come around the corner to get unloaded, so I hope they don't start loading him before they load me. Right then, that is us loaded, curtain shut, empty boxes on, strapped on, etc, etc. So if we do get a wee tug at Todd Hills, we are good to go. Right then, so I've just stopped for diesel. Let's see just actually how much this is costing us and how much we put in. £1.84, Jesus. And obviously we've got 2 fuel tanks to fill up, so we're filling up both. So then the wee tank on this side has taken 116 litres. Make sure we get every last drop. Taken 365 litres. That was what, 215 quid. That one's 670 quid, so that's just under 900 quid worth of diesel. Got fuel for the truck, and I've got fuel for myself. I've got a Greggs and a Red Bull, because Holy still haven't sponsored me, so drop comment at Holy in the comments, tag them below, try and get them to give me a sponsorship so I can stop drinking Red Bull. Right, anyway, we are ready to go. Let's get out of here. Let's hit the road. Hopefully not get stopped by the DVSA. Right guys, so I've actually just checked my stats, and it appears that 70% of you do not subscribe to this channel. That's really unfair on me. But anyway, I am not joking really. 70% of you guys don't subscribe. So please, please, please smash that subscribe button below. It costs nothing to do and it helps this channel wonders. And don't forget to like this video and comment Holy. And let's tag Holy in this and try and get me a sponsor so I can keep doing this, because I'm actually quite enjoying it. So don't forget to comment, guys, and don't forget to subscribe, please. It really, really helps the channel, and it's completely free. So yeah, cost you nothing. Smash it. Smash that subscribe button. Right then, so we are just coming up to the M6 cut-off. The M6 roundabout, because we've had to go over the A69 because the A66 was shut to high sided vehicles, which obviously the wind today has had a bit of an effect on fuel economy as well. So yeah, there's not been a lot we've been able to do about it today, other than burn some extra diesel, even though the diesel price is high because of the motorway. The main roads have been shut because of the high winds. So, and the high winds also haven't helped with fuel economy. But at the moment we're still at 7.3, I think. 7.37, so it's instead of 7.4, which is actually, it's not too bad for an average, considering you're going down loaded, coming back up lighter, still loaded but with empty boxes. So gross weights, sorry, the net weight's only probably about four and a bit ton. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take it. It's not been horrendous. Very slow moving traffic there on the A69 though, stuck behind a tractor for a long time with a load of slurry on. So we're just about to join the M6, and I did hear that the DVSA is open. So we shall find out whether they are still going. Well, they were open this morning, put it that way, and whether they're still going and whether they like to have a look at me today. Jesus, it's horrible. Is there a DVSA car here? No, there's not. Thank God for that. Pulled, I just don't want to get pulled all the time. To be fair, of any days, today would be a good day to pull me, because I know I am squeaky clean. But the big question is, are they open? Have I just been lucky? Oh, they are open. Crikey. Yeah. They're very much open. And there we have it. Yeah, boy. Back in Scotland. Right then, so that is us. Just finished for the week. And I've only done a 4-day week this week, but we have some good news on the fuel economy. We have managed to get 7.4 mile per gallon over 2,582 kilometres. So that's pretty good going, if you ask me. I mean, 7.5, if you're going to round it up, you'd say you're doing 7.5 mile per gallon. So I'll take that. That's good for me, old girl. So now the question is, how much more money has it cost me to run the truck this week with the extended fuel price as opposed to last week with a cheaper fuel price? So give me 2 minutes, let me work it out and I'll get back to you. Right then, so quick calculations on fuel costs. That's my maths just down there, and I'm hoping it's correct. It is, because I use a calculator, but don't tell anybody because I'm not that quick at mental maths. Anyway, so this week we used 956 litres of diesel, and that is us basing on the truck doing 2,500 kilometres, I think it was, time at 7.4 miles per gallon, because that was my weekly average. So it won't be an accurate number, it'll be there or thereabouts. Try that again. As a total, for the weekly fuel cost, we spent £1,193.75 on diesel. Now, if we had done this last week, we would have spent £1,050 and 50 pence on diesel. So that's a difference of £143 and 25 pence over the 4 days. Now, that doesn't sound a lot of money, but this is when it gets quite scary. If you were to multiply that by 52, so if it was for the whole year that it was 25 pence a litre, 15 pence a litre more expensive, the total fuel cost for that year would be £7,436. So, although it doesn't have a big effect week to week, it all adds up. Now, if you started running 2, 3, 4 trucks, I mean, if you spent £7,500 a year extra on diesel over 2 trucks, that's £15,000 a year extra just in diesel because the fuel price has gone up a bit. So when you hear of a haulier moaning about the fuel price, that is the reason why. That's it for today's video anyway, and I hope that gives you a bit of an insight of what the fuel price has an effect on the business, and you can understand sometimes why hauliers want to pass on the costs to the customer, and ultimately it ends up in the consumer's costs, which it goes in a vicious circle really. So unfortunately there's not really much we can do. Why should we take the hit on £7,500 a year when we're still providing the same service, just the cost of the job's a little bit more expensive? If it was any other business, if the price of wheat went up, the price of bread would go up. So it's the same sort of situation. But I hope that gives you a bit of an insight as just how volatile the fuel can cause the haulage industry to be, and that's why rates ended up getting put up. And yeah, it just has a huge effect, massive effect, especially for big fleets. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of pounds a year difference. It's not too bad with one truck, but still, £7,500 is a lot of money to try and find extra. Yeah, that's 3 sets of tyres. So anyway, enough waffling. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.